Hello. If I ask you, who are you? Would you answer me with who you are or who you're not? I'm Liziane Silva, and I'm the founder and CEO of Inc. Changemakers are people who work hard to understand and influence issues that in 2016 still affect us, like poverty, lack of access to clean water, global warming, democracy, and civic participation. They drive relevant public benefit services and innovation, and yet the organizations many of them create are still known by what they're not. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, nonprofits. Being in the sector for 12 years, I know at least two things that nonprofits are. One, a global industry that represents $1.9 trillion in annual income. And two, a chronically underserved market. Because most nonprofits are small and their funds are restricted to being used in projects, it's challenging to look at them as a market. Especially for consultancy and training services. But boy, do they need specialized support. Inc. is a social business that combines social impact and financial sustainability. We offer training and consultancy services for small and medium NGOs. With a 4-people team, we have reached 1,500 people and about 800 organizations all across Brazil. Our competition are mostly NGOs, people in between jobs, and traditional consultancies that don't target this market. We train nonprofit professionals and professional wannabes in the sector who pay for their own professional development. And we also developed an interim co-management service, interim project management consultancy model that allows NGOs to pay us using their restricted funds. And you may say, but I want my donation dollars to go grassroots, not to a consultancy. Well, let me tell you a story. One of our clients had impacted 500 people in their 20 years of existence when they first hired us. In 2 years working together, we developed the basis and the strategy and the first results of a new program that reached 4,000 people in 5 years. That's 8 times what they had reached in 20 years, in a quarter of that time. And we don't cost more to the nonprofit than hiring a new project manager would. But we do guarantee, different from a new hire, state-of-the-art know-how, competence, 100% focus on reaching the desired social impact, and we provide quality and efficiency to a market that has very little margin to make mistakes. We are pioneers in bringing PMD, international certificate, to Brazil. We're 5 years in business, had a 30% profitability rate in 2015. And last year, we were recognized globally for our distinguished contribution to the dissemination of project management best practices in the nonprofit sector. And we know we're just starting. As Jim Collins' Good to Great has helped us realize, we know we are building a global company that has the economic engine, the passion, and the capacity to be the best in the world in what we do. Join us.
So what's unique about your background and skill set that allows you to do this? I mean, why do people come to you?
A little of the, well, I've been in the sector since my whole professional life has been as a professional in the nonprofit sector. That was by choice. So one of the things I realized is that Inc. started because I started selling what I did for free. A lot of my friends would ask me, can you do this, can you do that? And then I started selling it and they started paying for it, which was great. And another thing is that we I mentioned it very briefly, but we work with a methodology that's called PMD, Project Management for Development. It's an international certificate that was developed by 80 of the biggest NGOs in the world. So we have a strong methodology too. It's the background and the methodology. We're always looking for what is next in the NGO market, because even though a lot of people say, oh, now it's social business time, and we are a social business now. We like that. But we do believe there's space for all kinds of organizations now and in the future.
You were placed at the Center for Nonprofit Excellence.
Yes.
What'd you learn?
That was amazing. Thank you, Andrew, for being here. One of the main insights I had was that the Center for Nonprofit Excellence is very locally focused. They are here in Charlottesville, a 45,000 people city, and we are in São Paulo, 11 million people city, and we're trying to reach all over Brazil. and so realizing that we can like have a more focused, locally focused thing is something that will help us grow for sure, because São Paulo is the center of thought and of the Brazilian economy, so that's something really exciting. And another thing is that I delivered a workshop there in project management. I learned a lot about how the US organizations see project management. And it's a bit different. They talk more about programs than projects, but the basis is the same. The basic tools that we need to manage them are the same. So the workshop was very nice, was very successful. We sold out in 36 hours. So the topic is relevant globally, and that was really important for me to know. I always wanted Inc. to go international, and I'm more consciously planning on how to do that from now on.